What's good, YouTube? Welcome back to another video. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to another sports video. I think that's how I say it. Anyway, what's good with y'all? I'm in a different setting, but I'm in my grandmother's house, so yeah, that's how it is. Got air. But anyway, been gone for so long. Really haven't had no ideas on, what to talk about and stuff like that. So yeah. But I forgot there is something to talk about. With all this crazy stuff going on with this COVID BS or wherever, NBA is about to come back July 31st. It's about that time for football season to start back. And, professionals, I heard NFL, they're going to minimize their preseason to 2 games, which is great because nobody really cares about preseason. We all know preseason is basically just, a tryout for the team and stuff like that. So, yeah, it's great. Football seasons are going to make a comeback, but a lot of people are skeptical about college football making a comeback. Mainly, a lot of people are saying that there's not going to be a college football season, and if it is, it's going to be basically November, October. So they said they're not really too confident about it, but I am, because if y'all guys haven't noticed, I'm a huge Michigan fan. About me being a Michigan fan, I always follow the Big 10. I don't follow nobody else but the Big 10, because my team, which is the Michigan Wolverines, is in the Big 10. So I don't follow nobody else. So by that said, I have seen, if nobody else have seen, I have seen and things like that, that the Big 10 has canceled all their non-conference games, which notable games is Notre Dame versus Wisconsin, Michigan at Washington, the one that I was excited to watch, Ohio State at Oregon, which is the second week, and also I didn't even know Michigan against Miami Hurricanes, which would have been the Michigan State against the Miami Hurricanes, which would have been a game I was really looking forward to. Like, I don't like Michigan State or Ohio State. As you know, I'm a Michigan fan, of course, but to watch Ohio State against Oregon, that would have been a great one, to see if Oregon get their first win, and to watch Miami against Michigan State, which is very similar. They have solid defenses, and they kind of have, question marks at the offense. So it would have been good to see that matchup. Not to say Michigan don't have no question marks, but it's only quarterback. So, yeah, if y'all haven't heard that we canceled our non-conference games, and we're going to have a 10-game conference season, which means that we already had the 9 conference seasons with Wisconsin, Penn State, Michigan State, Minnesota, Purdue, Indiana, Rutgers, Maryland, and of course the ending at Ohio State. But now we have to find our 10th conference opponent, which it might fall along the lines of a Northwestern or Iowa, which mainly might be Iowa because they are the ones that usually match us up against. We usually don't go against Northwestern in like 2 to 3 years. Same with Purdue. When it's 3 years that pass, then we'll go against them the 4th year, so on, so on. So, yeah, my thoughts on the 10-game conference schedule is that I really don't have a problem with it, for real. I don't have a problem with it. I really am looking forward to it because, to believe it or not, it's going to be harder. Having a hold on real quick. But having a 10-win conference schedule, believe it or not, is hard. a lot of people don't think that's hard, but you got to think about it. If everybody is going to cancel their non-conference opponents except for the Big 12 because they already said they wasn't, but if everybody is going to follow suit what the Big 10 is going to do, then that means that for you to make the championship and even the playoffs, you have to win out. There is no if, ands, or buts. You have to win out. Or at least have 9 wins out of that. Like, it's going to be harder because you can make the Big 10 championship with 1 loss, but you could be 11-1 because you didn't beat up on some non-conference foes, so you can make it with 10 or 11 wins, or of course 12 wins because you're undefeated. But to start the game off in non-conference, not non-conference, but in conference play, is going to be super hard because now everybody is on the same suit. Because if you're a little team like Rutgers or like a Illinois, you're going against FCS opponents that really you should beat, but because of the talent that you have, or because the coach or whatever game plan you have, you're not going to win. So off the rip, it's going to be hard because, as we all know, Rutgers starts off with a pretty brutal opponent every year. If it's not Washington, it's Washington State. If it's not Washington State, it's somebody that they're really not up to par with, which that's the only thing I'll commend Rutgers for. Even though they're not a good squad, they really do have one of the hardest schedules every year in the Big 10 because of the conference they're in, against the Michigan, against the Michigan State, against the Penn State, against the Ohio State, and then against the Michigan. It's really like they really can't win. So that's why it's like hard for them. And then they start off with a non-conference foe that's be like Washington or somebody else, say like a BYU or, you know, a Notre Dame, even though they haven't played Notre Dame in recent years. That don't come to mind, but still that's what they start off with. So I commend them for their schedule, but it should be up to par because we're not doing non-conference no more. So even though that opponent would have been hard or easy, we start off all on the same foot, which means we're leveling now. We're starting off fighting each other off the rip. So it should make teams more anxious to be like, all right, we are on the same par. We're starting a Big 10 play. Let's do this. Which I don't mind. It's harder. Like I said, you either have to win 9 games or you have to win out and win all the 10 games, which is pretty hard to do. And some people might be saying it's not hard for Ohio State. Well, Ohio State has a great coach. They have a great staff. It's not hard for anybody. It's not hard for Michigan to go undefeated. I know I just seen the FPI, which is their prediction on what we will go. They don't believe in us winning out. They don't believe in us making the conference championship. The conference championship, for us to make it, is 0.1. They don't believe in it. Which, I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt. We haven't proven to do anything. You know, even with good quarterback play, we just haven't been able to come over the hump. Almost, but not necessarily. But the one thing I'm going to say is that why I believe it is because we have elite quarterbacks. If it's not Dylan McCaffrey, it's Joe Milton. If it's not Joe, it's Dylan. Either one I'm good with. So, for me as a Michigan fan, I'm not worried. Yes, it's going to be harder because we're going to start off against Wisconsin off the rip, which is a hard game against them every year. Every year we've been playing against them, it's been fought down to the wire. Some have been blowouts. Some has been, 14-point games. Some has been 7-point games. But it's going to be a hard-fought game off the rip. So, and that's for anybody. So, that's how I feel about it. Let me know what you guys feel about it. You feel me? Like I said, I wish we didn't cancel those non-conference games. Just give us a little bit of time instead of just like going straight into non-conference. I wish y'all just give us a little bit of time and just be like, okay, that's that. This is this, and not just cancel off the rip because they're so scared of COVID. If you just give it a few more weeks or about a month, you don't know how things is going to be in a month. So even though you're looking at the projection now of okay, deaths is spiking up, you should have waited. We should have waited. But like I said, I have no beef against it. I don't. I actually kind of like it. Not saying I want a 10 game conference schedule all the time. If we do, I want some non-conference games scheduled in there. I want to go back to 12 regular games, 13 if you make the conference championship. But other than that, I'll accept it for now. But either way, tell me what you guys think. Do you like the 10 game conference schedule for the Big 10 or for what other teams is going to do it? You know, tell me what you guys think in the comment section down below. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.